again, if you don't like a drag show, I would not go to one. And if you don't want your child to go to a drag show, then you should have supported my amendment, which would give you the authority and power to say that and to do that. But the reality is that in state law today, we already have protections on explicit sexual content. And I think that is 100% bipartisan. Like, we all can agree. You know, in the city of Orlando, as an example, we actually don't have any type of, adult entertainment in the sense of strip clubs. The one that we have that's closed is right outside the city. And the only other venue we have is adult store, and it is required 18 and up. That signage is very clearly posted. And so we set ordinances at a local level to, do zoning. So where these venues can be located, and all of that is smart, respected, important, and it's under the ordinance established by the local community, those local standards. We already have those protections in mind. But what I'm hearing, what I'm sensing is that people think something about drag is perverse. And I just want you to understand that drag is theater. Drag is artistic. Drag is flamboyant. Drag is outrageous. Drag is about radical love and acceptance. That is why it exists. That is why I support it, because I think it's so important that no matter the color of your skin, no matter who you love, how much money you have, or your sexual orientation, gender identity, that you should be loved, supported, and be able to express yourself freely in this great country. And I'm concerned that this bill is going to have a chilling effect on the ability for drag to do that, because my district, as an example, we already have an investigation by DPR on one of my venues, which is a historic Orlando venue that hosted a drag show. And they might lose their liquor license because of it. And for any business folks in the space, that is a huge loss for a business. And so at this point, DPR doesn't even have any, they literally said in their investigation that it's, there's no law that they really broke. I mean, they're still going to pursue an investigation, but I am concerned that the standards in this bill, especially what seemed like an addition of prosthetics, because those were some of the comments that DPR made in their investigation, is, again, specifically designed to go after drag. And I want to also highlight that the artistic expression that the bill targets seem to be predominantly impacting what are protected classes, whether it's people of color, as we noted in like the Beyonce examples and other types of hip hop artists, or it's drag, which is LGBTQ+. Shakira. I mean, there are so many artists that do simulated nudity in their shows where adults and children are present. And again, the differentiation, I assume, is hetero versus not. But it does seem like those who are predominantly impacted are going to be marginalized communities. And I'll just close at this point, Chair. When Pulse nightclub happened in my district, which for those who don't know, Pulse was one of our few LGBTQ+ clubs in Orlando. We actually don't have that many in our district at all. So Pulse was a very sacred place for people. And when we lost 49 people at Pulse, survivors and those lost included people that have done drag and support drag. And I want to highlight two survivors like Axel and Angelica, who survived Pulse and then immediately went to work as drag queens, raising money to help put our community back together. And so to insinuate that drag queens and drag kings are perpetuating shame and are perverse and causing harm, I can speak from clear evidence and examples that is not the case. And I would really encourage you to consider the points made by the testimony and just the artistic contributions and just the community contributions that drag performers and the businesses that support them demonstrate every single day in communities like mine. Thank you, Chair.